Welcome back. So, something that has been in my energy lately, I want to talk about. I have the word success at the tip of my tongue, but this is not the average, stereotypical, homogenized version of success that I'm talking about today. This will most likely be the most helpful for a non-sacral person. So if you're a projector like me, you're definitely going to resonate with what I'm sharing. But also if you're a manifester or a reflector. And I'm going to extend, of course, if you're a generator or a mani-gen, you will also relate to this because success in itself is changing. Success used to be this picture perfect, one size fits all model. If you had a certain number in your bank account, you lived in a big house, you're driving a luxury vehicle, you have lots of customers or clients coming through your business, or if you're in a traditional career, you are at the top of your company, you are achieving milestones like promotions, rewards, etc. But the truth is that as we are deconditioning, as we are evolving our consciousness, we're starting to realize that those perimeters of success that were so common in the past were actually used to keep us trapped and small and in line. And I feel like as a projector, because my signature is success, I feel like, and I've been deconditioning now for 3 years, I think, I feel called to speak on this because I am personally experiencing a lot of shifts in my success journey. And I want to relate this in a story format. And it's really interesting. How do I know that success is more of a subjective matter? It's more of a signal in the body. It's more of a feeling and energy than it is a physical, materialistic thing. This has become so clear to me this year, especially in the last month as we're closing out the snake year. And if you've heard this quote before, the snake hisses loudest when it's about to die. So it's just so loud in my system. So if you know me personally, or you've been following me for a long time on social media, you'll definitely remember all these stories. But if you're new here, this will be a fun little journey to take you down memory lane. So I was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec. And my professional career journey really began when I was 18. I had been dancing competitively my entire life since I was 9 years old, I think, or 7 even. I think it was 9 actually. And I, at 18 years old, began my career as a professional dancer. At 19, I was, how do you even say this? Basically, I was on a TV show on MTV. If you remember America's Best Dance Crew, those good old times, that was like my favorite show growing up. And then it was insane because I had a full circle moment where I was actually competing on the show. That was back in 2012. I was 19. And yeah, I was like, okay, dance is the thing that I'm going to do. So beyond that, I really feel like that moment being on MTV, that was the height of my career. After that, I definitely kept doing music videos, dancing on local TV shows in Canada. But I started to feel this calling inside that was like, I don't really want, for whatever reason, I don't want to follow the traditional professional dancer path of like, you move to LA and you're a struggling artist and then you book a backup dancing gig for some major artist. Like that didn't really speak to me, even though I loved performing. So I kind of pivoted into more of a coaching direction where I coached competitive dance teams. I was teaching lots of dance classes to all ages. I started like 4 to 5 year olds, 7 to 8 year olds, 9 to 11, 15 to 16, coaching teams that coaching dance teams of all ages. Anyways, I don't want to go too much in detail. I feel like I'm giving a very detailed perspective, but I basically was like, oh, okay, I'm going to be a dance coach. I'm going to be a dance teacher. Like, you know how whenever you hit some level of like success and fulfillment, you think that's the thing, but it always evolves. And that's the point I'm trying to make with this entire story that I'm going to share, is that your idea of success will evolve as you evolve. It's not stagnant. Like the way that society has programmed us and our parents and social media and movies and all that, is that success is a stagnant peak point that you achieve and you stay there, right? The big house, the fancy car, the white picket fence, the family, you know, like all of that stuff, the money, whatever. But it's not that. It evolves as you evolve. So fast forward, I'm like, oh my God, this is really like showing me my passion for teaching. Of course, thinking that meant I was meant to be a teacher, right? So I went to university. I studied to be a teacher for 4 years and I became a teacher. I taught abroad for 1 year in Taiwan. Amazing life experience. Loved it, but was working like a slave. Like, they take school so seriously there. I didn't really have like any chill time. It was like work all the time. Anyways, when I came back to Quebec, I was like, okay, I guess I'll keep teaching even though I'm burnt out and exhausted. So then I went into teaching high school for a year. Then COVID hit, so that all kind of changed my whole world, kind of flipped over. I moved to a small town with my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband. And I started teaching in an elementary school in that small town for like 3 years. No, 2 years, and then I switched to another school and came back to that school. So like I've been teaching for a total of 5 to 6 years. And I was like, why does this not feel good? You know? But at a certain point, it did feel good. Like when I was teaching in the high school, when I was teaching, you know, when I started teaching in elementary school, I really liked it. I really was like, oh, this is cool. Like I could do this. But then I hit the point again, you know, where I was like, it's only been 5 years and I can't do this anymore. I don't understand how people do this for like 50 years of their lives. So I was like, okay, well, you know, when you're in that vulnerable time in your life where you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. Well, I got sucked into a network marketing opportunity, which I did fairly freaking good at, but was so not me. It was me acting like I was a manifesting generator 24/7. Ugh, totally burned me out. And then I was like, nope, this is not for me. And then I started working with a spiritual mentor, and she really helped me to develop my psychic, intuitive abilities. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to share this. This is going to be my career now. So then I started doing psychic readings, and then I got fed up with psychic readings. So then I pivoted into mentorship and coaching, but with a spiritual twist. And then that was getting a little bit boring and no longer aligned. And then I switched to helping entrepreneurs make money online, to put their offer out there, to get paid to be themselves. And that's where I'm at now. And it kind of was like, and my whole point in this whole story is that success evolves as you evolve. So if you're not evolving, you're probably going to stay at a job for 20 years. But if you are evolving, you're going to realize that the things you used to do in the past just no longer feel right. They feel heavy. They make you feel stagnant, stuck, anxious, depressed, heavy. Did I say that already? Probably. And here's the thing, y'all. Our ego loves to think that, oh, we're just going to pick a thing and it's going to be the thing forever, because our ego loves familiarity. It loves that sense of comfort and safety, even though it's a false sense of comfort and safety. And your soul really is desiring you to continuously expand. Your soul is consciousness, right? Consciousness has one goal. It wants to expand. It wants to just keep growing and growing and growing and growing. So naturally, that's going to be your life if you are aligned with your soul. If you're aligned with your consciousness, you're not going to be staying the same over time. And that's something that you have to accept if you are going to follow this path. And the old me would have been freaking out by now, which I did have my moments of freaking out, of being like, oh my God, why doesn't my program Be You Get Paid feel right anymore? It was so smart. It was such a good idea. The branding was on fleek. Everything was like, so pristine, so good. And it's like, yeah, but you were still trying to perform. Like you were. So here's the thing, right? With your work, with your success, if you're an entrepreneur, like, especially if you're a projector, are you selling something that is like a curated thing, instead of selling you, if that makes sense, sharing you, right? As we move into the new age, right, the cross of the sleeping phoenix in 2027, I talk about it all the time. This is really what's going to be normalized. Like, it's not going to be about your title. It's not going to be about your credentials, how many degrees you have, certificates, how many years of experience you have. It's really going to be based on you as a whole. Like, you're not this like fragmented thing where you have compartments of, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm like, yes, you're multifaceted, but we're going to be experiencing life more as a whole than as this like fragmented thing. Like, oh, when I hang out with my friends, I'm this version of me. When I go to work, I'm this version of me. When I'm home with my family, I'm this version of me. When I'm on social media, I'm this version of me. You know, like, especially if you're a projector, I want you to get comfortable with the idea of like, people don't want a product in between you. Like, they want you. They want your presence. And yeah, this is a little side note for projectors. If you're a projector, how can I put this? There's so much I can say about this. Like, it feels vulnerable to offer yourself, because a lot of projectors have wounds around self-worth, wounds around feeling seen, wounds around visibility, self-worth, I already said that. Taking up space, putting yourself out there, etc. But a true embodied, healthy, aligned projector is just themselves, right? It's like, what you see is what you get. And people want access to your presence, because the true embodiment of a projector is someone who is present, grounded, centered, clear. And that feels very regulating to other projectors who are trying to, you know, step away from the generator way. This also feels very clear and signals safety to generators and manigens and manifestors that want your guidance. So if you're going to go and follow your guidance, like really follow the path of being a guide and a mentor for others, get comfortable with the idea that it's not a thing that you're going to sell or offer that people want. No, they want the thing behind the offer or the product. They want you. They want access to your guidance. What do you see? like they want access to your frequency, because in your frequency, that's when they feel clarity. That's when they get the aha moments, the downloads. If you're a projector, how many times have people told you, wow, I just feel so calm in your energy. Like every time you're around, I just feel zen. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can be myself. Like that's what they want access to. And the thing is that you think that's normal. Like you literally think that having the energy you have is just normal and there's nothing special about it. Wrong-o. That is your gift. And that deserves paid access to. So this is turning into a video for projectors, as every single one of my videos basically, but I want to be able to give some generalized stuff as well. And no matter what type you are, the thing is that you have to be able to access yourself more. Not what you think is going to make you money, not what you think is going to make you successful, not what you think other people want from you. What is the true expression of you? Right? Who are you? And that really is the question for the generators and the mani-gens out there. Like, who are you? That's what you're here to discover in this world. Like, who am I? That's what you want to know. And when you discover that, you have permission to share yourself with the world, to share you, right? A generator, that might be a fun, satisfying process that you put together for other people, an experience, a class, you know, a program of some sort that leads them through a step-by-step process that you really just enjoy doing. A mani-gen, a manifesting generator, you'll have permission to really just explore multiple things at the same time. You don't function in a linear fashion, so really accessing who you are gives yourself permission to jump around. It gives yourself permission to work in a cyclical fashion. It gives yourself permission to live and work out of the box and to have multiple boxes. I see a lot of mani-gens that are trying to make themselves fit in a generator mold. Generators are really good with one thing at a time. Manifesting generators are not designed for one thing at a time. So give yourself permission to break out of that generator mold and know that you're not a generator, you're a manifesting generator. So your path is very unique. If you're a manifester, give yourself permission to choose yourself by informing others of what you're going to do. What are you up to? The whole point of informing others is so that you can have peace, so you can feel peace. It's not because you're bossy, it's not because you're annoying or controlling or whatever. It's for your own peace. And know that because you're a manifester, your energy is highly impactful. So when you don't inform, it impacts people in, I'll say, negative ways, for lack of a better word. When you inform people, it informs them positively. Because you have this mysterious, powerful, bounce back kind of aura that like boop, 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 like pushes people boop out of your space. If you don't inform, people tend to feel off, right? They tend to question and they're walking on eggshells, right? So do yourself a favor. Be yourself, and the best way you're going to be yourself is inform the world on what is important to you, what are you up to, how do you feel, what are you thinking about, like share yourself. Really, your throat is your most powerful chakra if you're a manifester. And give yourself permission to go first. That's really what you're here to do. You're here to move first. So if you're a reflector, your success will feel, you'll feel that sense of success and surprise when you're, sorry guys, my nose is so itchy for whatever reason. When you are giving yourself permission to sample all kinds of different energies, all kinds of different identities, all kinds of different personalities, all kinds of different environments. Give yourself permission to taste everything. Give yourself permission to be a chameleon. Give yourself permission to not stick to, I have to be a certain way all the time, or act a certain way all the time, dress a certain way all the time. Like, you are genuinely a chameleon. Let yourself be that. That's when you're going to feel the most fulfillment and success. You put a lot of pressure on yourself to stick to one thing. Like, I honestly feel sometimes that reflectors and manifesting generators have a lot of similarities. Just like projectors and generators can have some similarities, I find. Projectors and manifestors have a lot of similarities as well. I find the reflector and the manifesting generator to be similar in the sense that they are the ones that are just like boop, 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 like kind of bouncing around, trying all kinds of things, like giving themselves permission to shift and morph and change in every moment. That's what I would really say for you, reflector. The more that we can embody who we truly are, express our true essence without trying to fit this common mold or trying to do life and work like everyone else, the more freedom we'll feel, the more healthy we will be physically, emotionally, spiritually, the more success we will feel and create in our lives, the more fulfillment will last. Fulfillment when you're not allowing yourself to be yourself, your true essence, expressing it, following the ebbs and flows of it. Fulfillment fades, like it goes in and out, right? Like, we want fulfillment to be sustainable and for it to last a lifetime. That will only be the case if we truly give ourselves permission to be ourselves. And I'm starting to realize more and more how success is subjective to who you are. Success mirrors your beingness. Success mirrors your truth, right? So what does success look and feel like to you? For me, it really feels like space. I want to have lots of space to just be and do whatever, not necessarily do a specific thing. Success feels like having really expansive conversations with people who recognize me, who desire my guidance and insight, the freedom to express myself whenever, wherever, however. Time and space for lots of rest and nourishment. Discovering the world, traveling, discovering myself through travel. And allowing myself to receive support, financial, emotional, physical. I, as a projector, am starting to realize how me trying to make all the money and all the stability and all the security myself is not possible. Like, it is. No, it's not possible. It's not possible. And the more I soften into my projectorness, the more I realize how life is always supporting me financially, man. Like, being a projector is really like having such a unique life experience where you really have to be in surrender to life. But when you do fully surrender and let go, you're fully supported because you're here to guide, right? You're not here to hustle and grind and work really, really hard and work long hours. That's not what God intended for your incarnation. God needs you to guide. Yeah. This feels complete. So thank you for being here. Love to hear your thoughts if you have any shares. And if this hits you in the feels, if you feel seen and recognized here, my links are below.